Hey guys, let's talk about some of the legal concepts and legal definitions also that one must know in the path of life. So that way we know about the laws. And since we talked about business, it's time to talk about laws also. So basically, I am a legal partitioner, meaning I am not an attorney. I'm an advocate or practitioner, meaning I speak about the law and I advocate about it. And I just talk about it as more of a general knowledge base of practice. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But so let's talk about everything in self defense because before we get into everything else in the legal department, like in business and stuff like that, let's talk about self defense. So, self defense, you just know that in certain, well, keep in mind, I'm just a legal practice. I practice law, but I'm not a attorney at law, so there's a difference. So, what my understanding of self defense is, I have the right, because everybody has the right to self defend themselves. That's a privileged right of everybody as a citizen and every humanity has is the right to self defend. So, what self defend means basically, self defense, you have the right to defend yourself if somebody tries to attack you, basically. And this is just a law term, also, that also lets you know legally, also, the law also has like laws also about self defense too. So, this is basically talking about that. Also, you may heard of defense attorneys and offense attorneys. Like, obviously, there's a two difference. Offense mean like in your name, you have an offense in your name, something that's pending in your name of an offense. That's the difference than defense. Defense means there's probable reason of the reason why you're doing such activities. So defense would mean that subject. Offense means like say if you're like peeing on ground, that's a offense because you're peeing on ground, you know. A defense is you're peeing because you accidentally peed on yourself. So that's basically how it would be meaning basically. Cuz So yeah, it's just basically you have the cause of action made you get in defense, basically. So that's why I'm putting it in those two type of thinking, so that way you understand that law. This is a privacy right law. So everybody has the privacy to be left alone. So, you know, this just about saying that nobody should interact with your right of privacy because everybody is instantial of having the right of privacy because that's about all United States citizens all have that. Even foreigners from different countries has the right of privacy. So everybody as a humanity have a right of privacy, meaning it's my privacy that if being disclosed, there's a right of privacy invasion. So, of course, privacy rights are important to understand that. And especially in business, too, like, because if you're doing it in healthcare, there's a HIPAA regulation where the health administration is taking over about that law. It's in the legal department also, they talk about it too. But with that one, you can't disclose people's confidential information of health reasons to somebody else without them being present and signing legal agreements to disclose this information. But for privacy right, it's just basically saying that everything you do in life, you have a privacy right. Like you can do what you can live your life and you can have privacy when you're living your life. So that's basically what this law would mean. It's just the right of privacy. So once again, this is the self-defense law. This is basically what it goes into. It's the act of defending oneself against threat and injury, the right to protect oneself and one's family from immediate danger, which can severe as a defense in a criminal or terror action, accruing to the energies caused by an act of self-defense. Meaning, like, and remember, in self-defense, like, of course, you're still reliable for everything you do. That's just a right of law, with accountability as adults. So, with self-defense is you're still accountable for everything you do, but when you claim self-defense, or if you do act in self-defense, it's more the law is governing you of the jurisdiction of that matter, meaning, yes, it will still be heard so they can understand the facts of evidence because everything all has evidence based. So if a wrongdoer, that's how this, we're in a law dictionary right now we're reading. So a wrongdoer is a person who violates someone's rights or injures someone else. So this is my right. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. That's a right. You have your right to talk as you want. Yeah, they're trying to make new laws and change like the freedom of speech and stuff like that. Obviously, you have to talk to your legal professional who participates in law, like who are active attorney to understand more insight on that. But with this one, as a wrongdoer subject wise, it's just a person who violates your rights, basically, or injures somebody because that's against, you can against somebody's rights. This was like a wrongful act. This is basically talking about a wrongful act. Like, let's just say this. Say if you were allergic to shrimp and someone gave you shrimp, but you knowledgeably knew you were allergic to shrimp. This is what we classify it as a wrongdoer because in the law department, that's a wrongdoing that someone did upon you. That's what the wrongdoer, wrongful act would be meaning. Because it would just mean it's an act that inflicts someone's rights and injures him or her. And a wrongdoer is a person who violates someone's rights or injures someone else. So basically, those are the two, like a wrongful act and a wrongdoer act. They're just two laws that people should, because they're not acts, they're laws. But I guess you could say act and law at the same time. But yeah. But remember, I'm just a legal practice. I just practice legal. I'm not a partition. I'm an advocate practitioner. I mean, I speak about law because I like running my own businesses, and because I like running my own businesses, that's where, like you see this, because this is basically about running my own business and success outcomes to running my own business, so that's why, because it's about knowledge base, you guys. It's all about knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the better in life you're more established to take care of these type of arousal situations. So trademark, of course, like since I told you guys I run a porn business and I'm a sales business runner in porn. So I do the adult entertainment industry. So my name is my trademark, so like my name is my trademark. My name is Lonnie Fertility Perkins. That's my trademark of my identity of who I am. That's a trademark. That's the stance of who I am. That's a trademark. Every time you have that legal, that's your legal trademark. Your name is your legal trademark that goes wherever you go. That's like a trademark. So it's just basically, but in business wise, it's illegal for anybody else to display your trademark of your signature of something that you've done in their own name. So that's basically, it's a trademark, basically. So it's a law in trademarking. So in this one basically talks about solopreneur is basically, it's a person who owns a business alone, basically. So if you own your own business, you're the own person who solely owns this business. There's another one that's called partnership law, and what partnership law is that it's like a codependent agreement, like contract. So with that one, it's basically saying that you open this business with the agreement of somebody else who's working as your co-owner, and there's an agreement in place of this business. So that's basically what that means. So remember, in the court of law, everything has a cause and effect. So that's just the way in the universal laws, because you guys know I'm a spiritual coach. So you guys know I talk about the universal and spiritual laws also, and legal laws also. So yeah, so this is basically direct evidence. Let's just say this. Say if there is a person named Apple, and Apple threw a shoe at Cable, and Cable was upset because Abel told Cable, you get the picture. So basically, there's direct evidence of seeing a sensory of what's going on. So that's basically what direct evidence is displaying. Basically, there's an act that's being committed, and because in direct evidence, everything's based on the direct evidence of fact. So in this saying, a direct evidence would be basically linked of the clues of cause of what happened. So there has to be a reason for what subject did, and there has to be a direct evidence of cause of a probable cause of what happened. So this is basically saying if the direct evidence matches up and everything aligns, there is direct evidence that's based upon that claim. So like a direct attack, that's another, this is like I told you, like I'm a legal practice. I practice the law but not as a working profession attorney, who practices law. So a direct attack is if someone makes a direct attack upon you. So, like part of just educating about these like type of scenarios, you know what I mean? Like it's just one of like what a direct attack is. Let's say if someone like blew air in your face, that's a direct attack. That's like physical combat of an attack. Like that's basically what that means. And don't get me wrong, even it's like if someone made an immediate danger into account of a direct attack to you, then of course that's another direct account attack also, not account, a direct attack also. But that's just letting you know that in self-defense wise, female or male, you have that law backing you up if someone made a direct attack against you to self-defend yourself, or taking care of everything as you have to take care of legally pursued as. Of course, you have rights and legal rights of justice, and you have to also talk to your attorney because your attorney will be more knowledgeable about your case, also who can give you the real evidence based on your claims. So this is another law because in business, I went into a lot of different subjects about different law substantials just to talk about little different things. It's basically just a little introduction, me knowing the law and me actively like working in my daily life and actually participating and practicing the legal department to understand how governing myself as a sole business owner and as a contractor, how I am legally protected and versus I am also legally reliable to accountability towards all the things that I do. But in business, there is more different things that also, that's why you hear about LLC, limited liability company, then you hear about corporation. And of course, that's more into it, of course, because there's a lot into business and there's a lot of business laws that I am not I am not an attorney, so I do this out of my own field of practice. So this is from my own understanding, what I've learned and established for myself, basically. So this is basically saying money owed to a business, meaning, say if you went to a store and you bought something and you didn't pay the cashier the money you're supposed to pay. Basically, this is a law that accounts for there's account receivability and receivable, and it's basically money that's owed back to the business. So I do business exchangements for my businesses and clients. So basically, there's a law that backends that govern of society, meaning someone can't rip you off in a court of law due because there's backing government of facts of knowledge that can also based on this claim of evidence. That's why people look at their accounting reports, and their accounting reports will also tell this type of evidence-based claims too. So basically it's just money owed back to the business. That's why like in taxes, that's basically money that we owe the federal bureau from us doing our taxes, because there's money that's supposed to be paid to taxes because everybody in the United States and everybody in countries all have to pay taxes because that's the way of law, so that's the way, and in law, that's the way it is. And there's nothing, and yeah, I know, like the whole point, like law is very dry field. It's a very educating field and very dry field at the same time. But it's very like it really taught me a valuable lesson in society. So, and now this is the last one. This is about rights. Any right guaranteed to the victim by the laws of the state. So like for instance, you guys know that I am a practitioner and I practice witchcraft. So, and you guys know I am a business owner and also know that I am a contractor and I am a porn model also, and I do investing also. So basically this is just like a law that also you have to know and abide, like understand, also abide by, that you have rights. Okay, there's a law of rights. Okay, so this is basically just talking about rights. So every state that you're in has different rights of law that they have. You have to talk to once again, your attorney to actually know all the rights of your case. But for me, like I said, like I worked and I worked in the juvenile department of attorney for about 3 years, and I gained a good understanding of working in law. So for me, and that's like from here, then that's like 11 years ago of counting of me practicing and learning. So yeah, so I understand about rights because everybody has rights. I mean, like, like let's say if a man's trying to hit with a woman and get with a woman, she has rights to deny him. It's just the way of rights. I mean, just like if a woman was trying to inseminate herself with another man, the man has rights to actually deny the request of that insemination. And there's always that also that goes into it because that's just the way of law that works. So yeah, but this has been this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you found this video. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Like if you found this video helpful, leave comments and suggestions so I can learn what I should update, what you guys to learn about in the business, self-defense laws, or something like that. And also remember, also to talk to your active attorney, the one that's governed in your state for your own probable case, because there's so many different cases in a court of law. So yeah, but I hope you found this video helpful. Hit the like button and I'll see you guys in the next video.